So welcome to my YouTube channel. I am at the JSE Stock Exchange. Yeah, and it's lit. I'll be showing you guys what's going on. So what does she talk about in the book?
So basically the book is what the title literally stands for, how to ring fence yourself, how to protect yourself from a financial point of view as a woman, especially getting into relationships, marriage, through divorce, within the marriage. What are the things to look out for? What are the things you should be aware of? So that's basically her life story.
Oh,
and it explains it in the eyes of 4 young black women, through Boston, getting married into money, how to navigate getting out of money,
I like that one, getting married into money.
Extremely interesting.
Our celebrity influencer.
I'm really excited about today's lineup. We've got a lineup of very exceptional speakers, and they've got a lot to share about investment opportunities, but also to take charge of your investment journey so that you can achieve your financial independence.
Hi guys, I just came back from the JSE SheInvest event for the year 2022. This was such an exciting event. I was really excited about it, and I invited a couple of my friends to come over just so they can learn with me on this event. I've been to this event before and I found it very helpful. So yeah, I invited Uzama, and I also invited Lerato, who were there with me, and they made everything so exciting. It was such a vibe. I really loved having them with me. And also Uchisikawe came through as well. I didn't invite her, but I posted it on Facebook, and she saw where tickets were finished, so she was put in reserve, and fortunately enough she ended up getting the ticket. So for some of you who don't know, SheInvest is an event that is hosted by the JSE every year in celebration of Women's Month. Okay, so the event was really amazing as always, so I'm just going to give you guys a rundown of what actually transpired, right? So we had amazing speakers, and the one that really stands out for me was Umbali, who is in farming, and from the way she speaks you can see that girl has developed some confidence, or what she calls herself a thick skin, right? She knows what she's talking about, she's passionate about what she's talking about, and she's willing to go after what she wants. And I found that very inspirational. There was amazing speakers and amazing discussion, like panel discussions. So hopefully you guys will get to enjoy this throughout the vlog, because I tried to capture some moments just to give you guys a snippet of how that looks like. Before I can go to that, I also want to highlight another discussion that I found very interesting, was the discussion around sustainable investment. This is such a good topic, especially in South Africa, considering the situation that we are in with electricity and, power sources. Do we use coal? Do we not? How much do we consider sustainability or inclusivity or environment when we select our investment portfolio, or how much does our pension fund consider those things when they invest for us? It was such an interesting conversation. I hope I've captured enough for you guys to get an insight on what the discussion was about, but otherwise stay tuned and enjoy.
Okay. So how I maintain resilience is just by understanding why is it I'm farming. I won't lie, there were times where I was like, I want to give this thing up, because it's just not working. I'm not seeing the return on my investment. Bunini, just plowing money into this thing, and it's not giving me or yielding me results. Yeah. But I'm also competitive by nature. So another thing that also kept me going is like, nah, I can't let those gents, sorry guys, I can't let those guys win. I can't. Because if I fail, another Palesa tomorrow will be coming, or somebody, and they'll be like, we've seen all of you. So, in hindsight,
marketing term. Did you go for associations, separate bodies, newsletters? Because there's just so much information out there. So what were the practical steps that you took to gain that marketing term?
Yeah, I'll make an example back to Ubito in the room. Umbali, you know, she's a young person, and when I got into the agri industry, like I said, I'm a first generation farmer, never been exposed to the agri industry before. So I'd really spend my Saturdays, well, any events, agri events, I'd really pay my ticket, travel and go sit there. You know, listen to the speakers, hear what they say or whatever the case, get to know the person sitting next to me, behind me, in front of me. Those small things. And then I'd go home having written down, okay, this person spoke about this is where they are. Go back, research them, send them an email if I had a specific question, you know, a specific question. I'd also, I'd break barriers. You know, people would say, how did you get into retail? That's so difficult. And I remember at one stage when I first started supplying my first retail client was the CEO was in the room. He was a speaker at that event. After he spoke, he sat down, and at the break, I went directly to him and I told him what I do. He gave me his number, and literally I followed up. So investing in your own time, attending events, whether it might be boring or not. I also used to suss out really who is speaking at those events and what influence do they have, right? Over and above the research that I do. I'd also take note every time I drive from my house to the farm and back. I take notes of the trucks that are traveling on the highway. You know, you'd see XX Fresh or Fresh Supplies or this, that, food, whatever, you know. And I just started to really, I think, absorb myself into the industry. Who are these people? You know, nobody had to tell me that I needed to do this, but it was just for me to want to understand and learn the industry. I traveled to the markets, understand from the buyers, who buys this, who buys that, where do they get it from? Oh, okay, really, you know? So that's how I just slowly but surely just got into the industry, bought a lot of magazines. I mean, Farmers Weekly was one of them. It was literally my Bible. I would learn from the farmer success stories that they write there, and I'd like, oh my gosh, he's been farming for 30 years, but he's still experiencing the same challenges that I am. So there's no perfect success to this thing, you know? So now I've read books, events, and that's just how I pretty much equipped myself or empowered myself to really become a successful farmer at the end of the day.
Amazing. It's a wonderful, wonderful journey. And I must say, I'm feeling inspired, I'm feeling invigorated, and I just don't know where to start. I'd like to just say it is a privilege. I've never seen so many bold and beautiful and esteemed ladies. Everyone's come out here dressed up with their character and just shows us who they are, and as women how powerful we can be, but just by who we are. So I want to start with a really large disclaimer. Yes, my name is Erica Bruce. Clearly I'm a lot older than most of you, and I have been in the market for 37 years. However, I am no financial guru. I'm not even a financial advisor. All I am is a woman, a mother who's married to a wonderful man. I've been with him for over 37 years. I have 2 grown-up children, and I've been blessed to work in the financial industry that has really been good to me. And how have I got here? I didn't go to university, I didn't come from a rich family, I went to school, I got a job. Why? Because we couldn't afford to go to university, okay? And I decided I had to do something. I started doing admin, I started ticking books, I started just doing typing. And all I did is I decided I had to invest in myself. The only person who can change it is us. We can sit and worry about being financially deprived. We can sit about and say, woe is me, I don't have the same opportunities as men. We can sit and moan about a whole lot of things. But the only person who's ever going to change us is us. Okay? So all I can do is implore each and every one of us to take a hard look at yourself and decide where is it you want to be, what is it you want to do, and how are you going to reach your financial independence. And that is all that we can do. Okay? And how are we going to get there? So nothing I'm going to tell you today is different. There's no rocket science to this. I'm no cleverer than anyone. I was blessed to come from a wonderful family. My mother taught me something really special. I'm no better than anyone, and no one else is better than me. Okay? I can be as good as the next person. Okay? If I want to go and speak to the Queen, I can speak to the Queen. She's no better than me because she's rich or powerful. She's no prettier than me, she's no thinner than me, she's no fatter than me. It makes no difference. I am as good as she is, okay? And why? Because I have to have confidence in myself. I have to believe in myself. But the only way I'm going to get there is by investing in myself. And I'm not necessarily talking about investing from a monetary perspective. I have to grow in confidence. I have to have this belief that I can do it. I'm the only person that can make a difference. So what is financial independence? Well, it's actually quite simple. It's just the ability to support ourselves on our own without the help of anyone else. Now, how amazing would that be if we could all get to a space where we can say, I'm able to look after myself. If I'm able to look after myself, I have no doubt I'm going to be able to look after my family, my children, and make a difference to society. So it is imperative that I understand that financial independence is about making a difference to myself. Being able to get up in the morning and understand what it is I need to grow my wealth, to be able to look after my family, and to make a difference.
There's hundreds and thousands of other people whose computers are still up and running, and so that means it's decentralized. So you can't just shut it down in one place. It will always be living somewhere else.
So we are talking about how the world is moving towards the metaverse and most things are going to be digital. We're talking about cryptocurrencies. I want to ask, how do you see a country like South Africa where we have high unemployment rates, we have very limited access to the internet, so how do you see a country like South Africa participating in the metaverse where people that are unemployed can actually start to make money when they don't have access to the internet, I guess?
No, that's a brilliant question. So yes, we are very digital when it comes to how we transact with money, but we still have a massive population that is cash only. And unfortunately, until we get to a point where internet access is, everybody has internet access and everybody has smartphone access and access to a computer, which is still going to take some time, we can't become a fully digital society. So South Africa is a country of parallels, and it doesn't mean we're not going to move into the metaverse because everybody's not going to come together. We're still going to do it, but it's going to happen at different times. The other thing about us is that we catch up very, very quickly. It's something called the leapfrog effect. So yes, we may feel behind for, maybe first world countries are moving ahead, but we'll catch up very quickly.
Jessica and Danao, to lead anyhow. And let's talk a little bit about that, unpacking that first step around starting my journey, forming some kind of discipline. Maybe Jessica, you can kick us off here.
If I could take my 10,000 Rand, I know a lot of these Instagram, especially the Instagram Forex people, they'll be like, I'll dump your money. And then you have a lot of people who will resign, take their pensions, whatever, pour it all into it. This is all they have to live on. And they pour it into this and then they lose that. You don't have that. That determines, what am I prepared to lose, right? You have to think about that. When you're investing, don't think about what I could possibly make. Think about what am I prepared to lose? Because that will then determine how or what you should be investing in, and your time horizon as well.
Yes!
No, thank you so much, Fifi. Thank you for that incredibly warm and very generous welcome. And hello, everybody. It is so awesome. Hi! It's so wonderful to see you all here in person and not on the other side of the screen. And actually, I want to say today, there are two stories that I want to share with you.
Congratulations. Yeah, it's like you knew you were getting this bag. They got an outfit coordination. Yeah.